Hi everyone, today I will talk about my paper, The Impact of American Policy on Reducing Drug Smuggling Across the US-Mexican Border. I will start with the introduction. Drug smuggling is an internationally problem that's happened to a lot of countries in the world. Drug smuggling across the US-Mexico border, it's a huge issue and it's a serious problem to the states that's near to the border. Also, the cartels, the gang people, they used the financial problems of the people who lives in the states that's near to the border, or the people who works for the border and works for the police department in these states. Also, I have a question about can they solve the internationally drug smuggling? And also Mexican cartels make a lot of money across the US-Mexican border, and they used the abandoned businesses and businesses that's owned by women to make money laundering. Now I will talk about the literature review and the key issues. I started with the introduction and then moving to the corruption and solution. I found a really interesting article from Jan Sisk 2021, which talk about there are customs and border officer who received bribes and large sums in order to facilitate drug smuggling operation and and the gangs deal with them. 72% of them were arrested for corruption, according to what I found. Now I will move to the definition of drug trafficking. I talked about the definition in many ways. Also moving to the drug trafficking in California, I found also another article that talk about the methamphetamine enters through the US-Mexican border in California. This is one of the drugs that enters also the US, according to the case et al. 2008. Also, I have talked about the drug trafficking in Texas. Also, moving to the similarity between California and Texas in drug trafficking. I found an article from Morales et al. 2013 that talks about the US-Mexican border as a clear example of rich and poor cities close to each other, which is making in the poor cities there will be a people that's working in drug trafficking to enter the drugs into the US, to the rich cities, which is a very good market for the drugs. So this is show us the good market of the drugs. It's to be like a rich city near to poor city. Also moving to the solution for the drug trafficking, I found article from Tyndall 2006 that says using a remote sensing is one of the solutions to this problem. Now I will talk about the theoretical review, the rational choice theory relations to drug trafficking, life course theory relation to drug trafficking. So the rational choice is the rational choice that state that the person is the one who determines his faith in life and the way of life that he wants. The rational choice theory relation to drug trafficking, the drug smuggler or the person involved in this problem is the one who chose this path and could have worked in a different way or different path. So he chose to be a criminal or to be a person who bring the drugs into the US, or he can choose another path that's work in other jobs that make him like a good person in the community. Life course theory is for a person living in border cities and suddenly losing his financial wealth, or losing a marriage, or losing anything like that. Relations to drug trafficking, this big events that happened to this person can cause him to be a criminal, like changing his mind to be a criminal because he don't have anything to lose it right now. The difference, the rational choice theory, the choice that I choose and I am fully responsible of. The life course theory is something that happened to me, caused this thing to me. So now I will talk about the methodology. I have mentioned the case study and interviews. So let's start with the case study. There is a case study about 63 interviews with people who regularly move across the border by smuggling due to the division of family across the border. And these people, they can be used by the gang and the Mexican cartel because they have like a situation in their life that their family is between two countries that they can't be together, so they smuggle to the other side, and they can be easily used to enter some drugs into the US. Also, the interviews, there is a women's who working in smuggling and money laundering for the drug money to get a quick wealth, and then it's easy to use women's than the man to cover. There is an interview was based on 50 women who were smuggling drugs on the US-Mexican border. I have talked about the definition and the key terms, the data sources and the strength, and also the limitation. And as you see, there is many ways that the gangs and the cartel they can use, like covering by women's who open shops, jewelry shops, to cover and to make the money laundering, and this is something that can be affect the economy. Now I will talk about the ethics section. First, I will talk about the Interpol. The Interpol is an international agency that's work in partnership with many countries to arrest criminal, and it's very helpful in this situation and the drug trafficking, because the drug trafficking across the border, the US-Mexican border, is very important. That's they using the Interpol because it's dealing with two country and the international problem of the drug trafficking, to catch the criminals that's pays bribes and dealing with the cartels, the Mexican cartels, and catch them to face the law. Now moving to the Interpol officer. The Interpol officer must work with the complete professionalism and must to work with the ethics, which are respect, integrity, excellence, teamwork, and innovation, according to the Interpol ethics. The ethical dilemma, non-cooperation. is like someone working for the Interpol and not working as a team, working individually. This will make a problem in the resolution of the work. Moving to the second ethical dilemma, which is not working with the integrity at work. Leak of integrity is one of the biggest mistakes that can be made in security work industry. This is the first thing that allow gangs to pay bribes and exploit the integrity and make their work easier and do not facing the law because of the leak of integrity. Now, in the conclusion, I have talked about the problems of drug smuggling across the US-Mexican border, the corruption, the solution, the methods, and the ethics. The problems of drug smuggling is a very serious problem. As you see, there is a people who have a problem in their life, who works for these gangs and the Mexican cartel. Also, one of the solutions that I guess it will be help to make programs for people who works for the border, rise their salary, making their life more better, making a very strong laws for the people who engage in drug trafficking. In the end, thank you for listening to my presentation, and this is my reference for the presentation.